Hello and welcome to my dojo, a place that I spend a good bit of time practicing and training to get my body and spirit all in place so that I don't have to take and worry from there. As Sun Tzu once said, victorious warriors win first, then go to war. And this is why I want to talk with you, or this is kind of leads into what I want to talk with you about first, which is ethics reform. Ethics reform in itself is not a panacea. It is not the pinnacle, but it is a process that we put into place first so that we don't have to take and to have enforcement and to go to war with individuals who have done wrong. That's what we're trying to do with ethics reform. The first thing that has passed this week is a constitutional amendment that passed on the House floor and now goes over to the Senate. We have some recommendations from our study committee that will be coming forth that will do other such things as remove leadership tax and other things like that, that I think will put into place some processes and rules and regulations that will keep us from having to go to war, will keep us from having to enforce against people for doing wrong by putting into place those sorts of policies and procedures. Also this week we had a hearing in the Judiciary Subcommittee, Constitutional Law Subcommittee, on nullification. I want to first take and thank everyone who came to the subcommittee meeting. I wasn't able to come to it because I was busy in a subcommittee meeting of my own, dealing with the local government fund and revenue sharing, being on Ways and Means Committee and not Judiciary now. But I do thank everyone who came and who are putting forth the effort to get involved and to make their voices heard in this process about what they would like to see as far as how the state responds to Obamacare. And on that subject, I'd like to also point out that I think that, you know, there are a multifaceted things that we have to do in South Carolina in that regard. First of all, as the Heritage Foundation and others have said, we've got to take and not implement the exchange. We've got to not implement the expansion. We have to put into place, which we already have, medical malpractice reform. We've done that in South Carolina. I think we've done a lot of things to put ourselves in place so that we will benefit in South Carolina and rectify or nullify a lot of the things that Obamacare has put forward. And I think that there's a few other things that we can take and do also, such as put into place some tax incentives or some tax breaks to counteract the tax penalties that are involved in Obamacare. A number of issues like that, and I think will put us in place to address this evil that this bill that has, or this law that has been passed by our federal government that really puts us in a very bad way in South Carolina. I also want to talk with you a little bit about the Department of Administration bill, the bill that I have been working on for a number of years. What I want to tell you is that we're probably be ready to take and to bring that bill forward next week when we come back into session. We've been working on it for several weeks. We didn't know just how deep and how big of a problem it would be to take and to put together a Department of Administration bill, since we had already done so for several years. The reason we're having difficulty is because one of the things that we want to try and do with this is to take and dismantle what was done in the reform that we did for our retirement system, mainly which is to set up the Public Employees Board. And that entanglement is going to take us a little bit, and it has taken us a little bit to try and work through and to get put forward. But we will have that ready next week. I also want to talk with you a little bit about transportation infrastructure reform. One of the things that took place this week in the House Ways and Means Committee, the Subcommittee on Revenue, is that we passed a transportation bill that will go forward now to full Ways and Means as soon as we return. That will take and put some dollars into infrastructure reform. Dollars that we already have in our budget, not any new dollars, but taking better using the dollars that we have within our budget right now. Those are some things I want to talk with you about this weekend. I have a report that is attached to this on the website. I hope you enjoy it. Thank you again for allowing me to be your representative in the South Carolina House of Representatives. And if I can ever help you in any way, please feel free to contact me. Have a great week.